crafters, it's Fiona Whitehead here today from craftystamping.blogspot.com, and today I've got an endless card to show you. I did a quick video tutorial a couple of weeks ago, and I literally just put the image of me doing this on here because I was doing it for my class and they wanted to see what I was doing. So I thought I'd pop back and show you all the measurements and how to make this endless card. This is one I did with our old Succulent Gardens paper, and here's another one I've done with the Pretty Kitty set. I love this Pretty Kitty, the kitty cat ones. Just a word of warning, because this happened at class the other night. One of the ladies was doing her images, thought she'd done them all the way around, and as she was opening her card and turning it around, one of the images was upside down. And what had happened was, as she was turning her card and doing it, she was actually twisting her card round without her knowing. And that's why her images, one of them was just upside down. So just to warn you, when you're doing it, keep it straight. Now there's a lot of cutting out, as you can see, and I have done a bit of here's what I did earlier, because that would take us far too long. So this is just going to show you quickly the basics of how to make this card. You need 4 pieces of cardstock, sizes 6 by 3 inch. And I've just done Whisper White cardstock. All the measurements are on my blog. And you score them at 1.5 inches and 4.5 inches, and then get your Tombow glue or other liquid glue, which is much better for this because you want the wiggle room, and you glue the top left, top right, bottom right and bottom left with your glue, and then you take your horizontal pieces. I'm just going to do those score lines there again, and you glue that one onto there, and you glue that one onto there. Now the idea for the Tombow is it really does give you that wiggle room to make sure that these are on straight. Let's just move that up a little bit, and then that's going to go on the bottom. And as you can see, you just have to sort of wiggle it on, make sure they're all in line. It's quite difficult to do in front of the camera, so bear with me while we just make sure that they're all straight. Make sure they're nice and firm. Just in case you don't know, for the Tombow, it has 2 sides to it. It's got the thin end at this end, and at the bottom end, it's got a thick end. A lot of people don't know that. So, Fiona's top tip there for you. Right, let's just turn our card around a bit. I'll turn my paper over because I've got a little bit of sticky Tombow and we don't want that on there. So there we have our 4 pieces of paper. Now this is the trick. I'm going to try and do this really carefully so you can see. You fold that one under and out where you've got your score line, and then you do the same with that one, fold it under and out so you get that nice square shape in the middle. See, so you should have a nice big square. Then you turn it round and you do the same again. Turn it back. See, even when you know how to do it, it's tricky. Turn it back so you've got your lines up again like that, and then you fold it again. And it wants to pull apart, but don't worry, it won't. And then you fold again, and those are your score lines. And you fold. Oops, there we go. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And as just come off a little bit there, let's just glue that back down. As you're working the cardstock, because at the beginning it's a bit stiff, it does loosen up and becomes a lot easier. So once you've done that and you're happy with how it's all in alignment. See, that's still not quite right. There we go. That's when you now start adding your pieces. And I've used the new Daisy Delight Designer Series paper here and some of the Daisy Delight stamps. So the pieces you need now are 8 pieces of 2 3/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch. That's your Designer Series paper. And those 8 pieces are all going to fit on the big squares that we've got, and as you're going around there should be 8 of them. So as you can see, if I was to do all of this on camera, it would become a bit take too long. So I've done some words and some images. So I'm going to do this and the hello. And these are just both in the blue. Now the colours for this Daisy Design Series paper are Old Navy, Calypso Coral, let me just read this off the book, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Pool Party, and Tranquil Tide, which is our new green one. There we go. So we'll glue those onto there, fold, and there we have our other larger pieces. Now the small, when we've done all our big pieces, we will have, so I want the friend next. I want hello friend for you. So that's going to go friend, and that's going to go on there. And that's going to have a coral daisy. That way around, I think. There we go. And then open it up, and there's our next ones. And that's going to go for you. And I'm going to have that one down there. And then I should have two last ones. And I'm going to do the blue ones. You could leave a blank one, obviously, if you want to put for your words, if you want to write on it. Or you can do your writing on any one of these that we're going to have here. So once you've done all your 4 large pieces, there we go. We then need 8 1 1/4 by 2 3/4 strips, and they all go along the top. So I'm going to vary the patterns of the colours now. Obviously you can do whichever designer series paper you like, or I'm going to probably run out of glue here as well. That one's going to go down there. This is such pretty paper though, isn't it? And because we're coming into the springtime, I can't get my glue to work. There we go. So you can see if I was to have cut all this out, it would take an awful long time. And it did take quite a while to do in class. So if demonstrators are out there thinking of doing this for a class 1, it was a great one to do and everybody loved it. But it does take quite a lot of time. But it's a great way to learn how to use our stamping trimmer, because, oh, you'd be lost without it. So I should have, let me just go back to the other sides again. There we go, there's the other 4 sides. So these also need the 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. That's what these ones are. So they're going to go along there. And let's do that one up that way. Pretty little daisies. That one goes that way. That's going to go over there. And that should be my last one. So I want that one there. To make sure which way I'm gluing now, haven't I? That way. So I want to alternate it. Right, so once you've done all those strips, you then turn it again, turn it again, turn it again, and now you have 4 little squares. So we need 8 of 1 1/4 by 1 1/4, and they just fit into the little bits at the bottom. There we go. So as you can see, there's a lot of cutting out, a lot of sticking and gluing, and you can do as much stamping of it as you wish, really. Let me make sure I'm doing the right ones while I'm talking. Don't want to glue the wrong side. And then turn it around. We should have some more of those. There we go. There they are. That's gone a bit twisted, so we'll just pop that back there a little bit. There we are, and I have a few more here. And then this turns into a 6 by 6 card, roughly. So what you need then is an envelope, 6 by 6. So on my other video, I'm going to show you how to use the envelope punch board to make your envelope to go with this card. There we go, last little one. So as I say, there are lots of measurements, and I have put the measurements all on my blog for you, because it does take quite a bit of time. But they're such fun cards, and they really do have the wow factor. And you can carry on with ribbons and embellishments and all sorts of things. But there we go, we just fold round and round and round, and that's why it's called the endless card. So I hope you managed to get through that with me, and it was all quite simple and obvious, and thank you for watching. Bye.